What's up, everybody? It's Dave from Quarter Flips. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, if you haven't checked my last video, it was my 200 subscriber celebration video. I'm giving away a thermal label printer, and I'm going to be drawing that name this coming Monday, August 2nd, putting up the results probably Tuesday, August 3rd. So go watch that video, make the proper comment, and see if you can win that thermal label printer. Beyond that, in between, I just wanted to make a quick video. It won't be that quick, but I wanted to make a video answering some questions that I've been getting on my YouTube in the comments section. And also just some private messages that people have sent me, going over some of the things about why I do things the way I do. It seems like most of the questions that I get, or comments that I'm getting, are about how I pack things. And some people have a bit of an issue as if I were criticizing people who use bubble mailers to send stuff out in the mail when they sell things on eBay. And no, I am not criticizing you if you use a bubble mailer. I don't use them. But I'm not saying that you're a bad seller if you decide to do that. One of the comments that I saw more than once was some version of, I have been selling things for a long time, and I have sold hundreds or even thousands of things, used bubble mailers, and I've never had any problem at all. They've always gotten there fine. There's been no problem. There's never been anything broken. And to that I will say, I believe you from your point of view. I believe that you have not had any returns or customer complaints based on the items that you've sent in bubble mailers. I do not believe for a minute that everything you've sent in a bubble mailer has arrived safely. And the reason why is because I order a lot of media stuff. Over the years, I've ordered quite a bit that has come to me in bubble mailers. And when I go on eBay and I see a CD that's $4 shipping included, I know it's going to come to me cheaply. It's going to come packed in the cheapest, packing material they can come up with. And I just want the disc usually. I don't really care if the CD case breaks or if the artwork is even a little bit mangled. I probably don't care. That's not why I'm buying an item like that. If I buy an item that's $20, it better come packed well. That's how it is. So if you send stuff in bubble mailers, it's getting crushed under packages. It's getting dropped. That happens. And sometimes much worse happens. And I am going to say this with some confidence that I'm correct about this, because at least half the things I've gotten bubble mailers have at least had cracked cases. Now, I have never once complained or returned an item for this. So every person that sent me those things think it got there fine. And that's fine. That's okay. It's not a criticism of how you do it. It's just be aware of the reality of the situation that is happening. And I will give the worst example of what's happened to me with shipping and why I came to my philosophy on shipping, which is what I put into all the things that I ship, even the cheap stuff. So here's what it is. Years ago, when I was running my record label, Excursion Records, I had a small P.O. box that I shared with a guy named Ron Gardapi, who ran a label called Overkill. The box was about this big. And when we would get packages delivered to this P.O. box, the people at the post office would put a little slip in there because it didn't fit in the box. So we would take that slip up to the counter and we'd get our stuff. And I did this a lot. I got a lot of records, boxes of things shipped to me that way. One day, I went to the P.O. box and I opened it up and saw that rather than putting the slip in the box, they had simply modified the package to fit it into the box. Let me show you. It was a 7-inch record. I'll use this Power of 10 compilation 7-inch as a proxy. Person had a manila envelope. I'll use one of my wide envelopes. It's the same size. And they had a single piece of cardboard. The idea being the cardboard would protect the record. So they put the cardboard and the record in the envelope, like so. They folded that over, and they sealed that envelope, and then they folded the tab over like that, threw a little piece of tape on there, and they thought, oh, that'll go in the mail just fine. So they wrote their address on it, they wrote my address on it, they put a little do not bend, which you would think would have been enough. Now, this is not good enough packaging for a 7-inch record. It's just not. It's too flimsy. You don't know what's going to happen. And the record really isn't held to any, there's a corner here where the corner of the record is just touching. If it hits like that, the corner is bent. But that's not even the problem that I experienced this day. The person at the post office who brought this package up to my box and seeing that it did not fit because the box was small, rather than fill out one of the forms and put it in there, this is what they did. And then the package fit right in the box. And I pulled out my record and opened it up and found a broken record with "Do Not Bend" written on it. Record was worth nothing. $2, $3 record. What if it had been a $100 record sent that way? What if a $20 record? What if it had been anything I had actually ordered? This was just something someone was sending me. That is the kind of thing, that is the kind of consideration that can be given to the things that you ship. Let's make it fit. So, I absolutely decided that my packages were going to be as immune to that as possible. And I don't care whether the thing is a $3 item or a $20 item or a $100 item. I'm packaging them all the same. I'm sending them all the same. It all evens out in the wash. I look at average sale over time. So yeah, I'll send a lot of VHS tapes that I sell for $6.99, $7.99, $8.99. And if I package these things up well, then maybe I'm spending a little bit too much time on the packaging. But I also sell $30 VHS tapes and $50 DVDs, and they get packaged exactly the same way. So my average sale deserves good packaging is how I look at it. And I'm not criticizing you. I'm not saying that you should have to do it that way. I'm saying I do it that way, and that's why. My experience. I like packaging stuff that way. And here's the other thing about it. A lot of it's for me. When I'm carrying a nice armload of packages into the post office to drop them off, it makes me happy that they look like there was some care taken. Like, that just gives me a little, I guess, like dopamine rush. It's my own things going on in my brain that it satisfies. That's the first hurdle I have to get over. And so I do. And yeah, you know what? Someone probably got one of my packages damaged at some point. Because even packaged well, there's nothing you can do about the kind of postal employee who would fold a record in half and hear it break and still put it in your box. So that's that. That's why I don't use bubble mailers. I don't like them. Along those same lines, somebody from overseas mentioned the cost, an increased cost in shipping for using stronger materials to ship something. I believe this person was from Australia. And I was going to say, I probably mention it in passing when I talk about media mail. I don't think about the idea that even though my channel is very small, it's still an international audience that I'm talking to. So all of my sales are being shipped within the United States. And here we have something called media mail, which covers essentially anything that could be considered educational material. So it covers books, it covers vinyl, it covers CDs, DVDs, VHS. Doesn't cover video games. I imagine that'll change some point in the future. Because if CDs and movies are educational, then I'm assuming that video games, being as big in the culture as they are, will eventually be seen as being educational, and that knowing about them would help your education. Whatever, it's a stupid argument, and no one's going to listen anyway. They don't want to send more things cheap. Anyway, media mail is much cheaper. It's cheaper than a first-class parcel. Price is going up a little bit, but if I package up a DVD with extra cardboard or a VHS tape with extra cardboard, it usually doesn't add enough weight to even bump it up to the next level. It's usually, right now, it's under $3 for an item to ship that way. So that's why I do not worry about the added cost for postage for this extra packing. Really, all I'm doing is just spending extra time, which seems to be what most people's concern is, that I spend too much time on this stuff. Someone asked why I sell CDs on Discogs and not eBay. I do sell CDs on eBay, but I sell most of my CDs on Discogs. And I answered that question, but just to throw it out there really quickly, it's easier to sell on Discogs. You don't have to take a photo. The listings are already there. On Discogs, there's a listing for every basically released piece of music. In most cases, every once in a while you find one that's not there, but most of them are there. And all you have to do is verify that the CD that you have is the exact CD that's listed. Say, I have one of these, I want to sell it. Here's the condition of the disc. Here's the condition of the print. Put a price on it. And that's it. You could write a little bit of something, but you don't have to take a picture. So a lot of the effort of putting it up is taken away. Also, there's no listing fees associated with Discogs. So now that I have a store on eBay, it would make sense to sell CDs on eBay, and I do sell some there. But on Discogs, it's just you just put it up. You only pay if you sell. And if you sell, the final value fees are a little bit cheaper on Discogs than they are on eBay. That's it's kind of all Discogs is kind of in the winning column, plus people who are looking for, I mean, the kind of person who's looking to buy a weird, obscure punk CD for $50, which is a lot of the stuff that I sell. That person goes to Discogs and they shop on Discogs. Like, my buyer base is already there. You don't get as much of that on eBay, although you do get some. You know, eBay is still a place to sell some stuff. Sometimes something that would sell for $2 on Discogs, you can get $6 to $10 on eBay. And that's maybe stuff that's a little more common, you know? Like, when there's a lot of a CD out there, you're going to find that the price is just bottom of the barrel on Discogs, but people are still listing it for a fair price on eBay, and sometimes people still buy it because they're shopping it like they're using Amazon or something. So that's fine. But I hope that answers that question. Discogs is fantastic. There was one other thing about it. No, I think that's it. Okay, so there's going to be two more things today. One person asked, how do you package VHS tapes? Could you show it in one of your videos? So let's go do that right now. So here's the VHS tape that I want to ship. I've already got it wrapped in some of this plastic wrap just to keep it safe. I want to put this in to some sort of a mailer that is going to protect the item so it gets, using media mail, gets through the postal service to the person who bought it safely. Now, I'm not just going to throw it in an envelope. I'm not going to wrap bubble wrap around it. Bubble wrap, unless you really go deep with it and put a lot of layers on it and then put this into a box proper, I don't think bubble wrap's going to do much for you. It's certainly not going to help with any kind of crush damage. And the person who was asking me about sending VHS tapes specifically was talking about crush damage. I'm going to say there's not much you can do about that, short of putting every DVD that you sell into a box like this, where it would be so difficult to crush it once you fill this up with bubble wrap or packing peanuts or packing paper or whatever you wanted to do. But that's just unrealistic for cheaper DVDs. I mean, cheaper VHS tapes. That's unrealistic. The same goes for DVDs, though. I made a video earlier about shipping DVDs, and the same basic standard counts for that. But let me show you what I'll do with VHS tapes right now. I'm trying to work out something slightly more efficient, but right now this is what's working for me. I get a piece of cardboard. This is a flap off of a larger box that I cut. I buy boxes specifically to make LP mailers because there's a certain box that's a perfect size, but I also get whatever free boxes I can get. And whenever I do, I just chop them up into the different sizes that I use for shipping DVDs and CDs and VHS and 7-inch records and everything else media-wise that I send, books even. This isn't quite as wide as I would like it to be. If I adhere the box down with the VHS, you can see that the cardboard sticks out just past the edge. But you know what? I think that's going to be good enough. So I would make a fold about right here. I can even do it with a fingernail. Fold that cardboard over, crimp it a little bit, so that the tape gets the box wrapped around it. Like that. Grab a couple pieces of tape. Since I've wrapped this thing, it's not going to hurt the box. Throw some tape on there to hold it in place. And there you go. Now, the reason for the tape is there's just a slight lip on the cardboard here between the actual printed box, and that slight lip exists on both sides. Without the tape, the box may well just slide in the envelope out past the cardboard, and then you've lost some of the protection if it falls right on that end. All right, just because I'm a stickler, I'm going to trim off a little extra here. Tape on the edge. Okay, now obviously that can't go in the mail like that, so we're going to throw it in one of our envelopes. seal the envelope. I use a lot of tape on stuff. That's just me. You use whatever amount of tape you're comfortable with. Okay, and here is the basic package, finished and ready to go. I'm gonna print a label. I'm gonna slap that label on there. I'm gonna throw a couple more loops of tape around to take down all these edges, these wild edges that are flying that can catch and rip. And that's gonna go in the mail, media mail. It's gonna be fine. These edges with the tape, yeah, like if the edge of another package were to hit right there, it would actually hit into the videotape. So I might even, if I have more time, I might throw another little piece of cardboard on there and another piece of cardboard on this edge, just random bits that I have, and just throw a piece of tape to hold them in place, just to give it a little extra protection. And I think that would work. But most of the time with the package, your problems are gonna be it falling and hitting a corner. And this, really, even if it falls right on the end, it's still going to hit the cardboard before it hits the videotape. So this is going to solve most of your problems with damage shipping through the mail. With a slightly larger piece of cardboard, you can do even more. You can make it even better. I just used the first thing that I had available when I grabbed something to make this video today. So here's what a bunch of finished media packages look like without showing you the labels. I got DVDs in here. This is a stack of 3 CDs, I think. You know, I just basically take the stuff I have, and each different package becomes its own thing. With some smaller stuff, like I even used some craft paper on a roll that I got for 99 cents. It just, you know, wrapped it up like a present. And I think in the end, that might be even cheaper and better than the envelopes. So I'm going to be exploring that a little bit. See how many pieces of craft paper you get on one of those rolls, and how much of a money savings it is over buying envelopes. And I think in the end, that'll actually be quite a bit. All you gotta do is just do a little like quick gift wrapping. It only takes a minute or two. I know people are saying time is money, but this is how I like to spend my time for sending packages. It makes me happy to send out packages that look this way. This one actually doesn't make me as happy as the others. My example, I will probably do a little bit extra work on this one before I ship it out the door. I just wanted to show a quick example of what you can do with VHS since it's a little bit thicker. But that's your basic. I would say if you're going to go this route, if you like what I've done with this one and you decide you're going to send your tapes this way, go for a little bit bigger piece of cardboard like I mentioned earlier. You want those edges to not be right up against the edge like that. That's it. And here's what that thing looks like after I get all the tape around it and actually make it look like a package. And you know, I did add the cardboard on the inside just to give it the strength on the edges. And yeah, it's a little bit of work. Like I said earlier in the video, I have to do it. So that's that. I hope that was helpful. Oh, sales. I've sold a whole bunch of stuff since the last video, so let's look at those really quickly. VHS, Urban Cowboy, $6.99. Thelma and Louise, $6.99. Demolition Man, $7.99. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, $8.99. Selena, $6.99. Christine, $9.99. And the Elvis and Me 3-tape mini-series, $12.99. The Abyss, $6.99. The Last Picture Show, $8.99. And Crimes and Misdemeanors, $8.99. Vacation and Vegas Vacation, both brand new, $9.99 for the two of them together. Wayne's World, McDonald's exclusive VHS. You could only get it at McDonald's in the shrink wrap, $9.99. Goodfellas and Casino, brand new, still sealed, $7.99 and $9.99. They went together, which helps for the shipping. Beatles Anthology box set, $14.99, shipping included. That'll go media mail, so it'll be like, you know, probably cost $4. Maybe this one will hit up to $5. So, whatever. Back to the Future, parts 1, 2, and 3. Open, but really nice condition VHS. $19.99, shipping included. Blu-rays. Double feature, A Simple Twist of Fate and Unstrung Heroes. Creed and Gamer. These were $6.99 a piece. In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale. That's a movie. $6.99. And The Sixth Sense, $9.99. WrestleMania 16 Blu-ray, $9.99. DVDs, Rudy, $5.99. All Dogs Go to Heaven, $6.99. The Magic of Ordinary Days, $7.99. The Eyes of Laura Mars, $12.99. Extreme Days, $14.99. Second one of these I've sold in the last couple months. And The Pirates of Penzance, $14.99. Something to Sing About, $7.99. Never So Few with Frank Sinatra, $7.99. Don't Bother to Knock, Marilyn Monroe, $9.99. And Out for Justice, $9.99. Got a brand new sealed copy of My Movie, The Edge of Quarrel on DVD, $9.99. Art Journal, Mark Making Throwing Ink. It's an interesting one. $12.99, shipping included. Save Haven, a Nicholas Sparks movie, $6.99. Get Smart Again, $9.99. Othello, $9.99. The Venus Wars, $19.99. Groove, this is a skiing and snowboarding movie, $19.99. And Shattered with Tom Berenger and Bob Hoskins, $19.99. Got an 82 through 91 Chevy Camaro Haynes manual. That went for $12.99, shipping included. Also sold this complete Crumb comics from Fantagraphics, I believe. Fantagraphics. This is Volume 16, the mid-1980s, More Years of Valiant Struggle. Jelly Roll Morton's Voodoo Curse and Other Stories. That went for $17.99, shipping included. How to Draw Manga, Putting Things in Perspective, art book. $17.99, shipping included. Sold a bunch of different CDs on Discogs. Creep Records, Exploitational Sampler, $3.99. Majority Rule, Demo CD, $11.99. Thelonious Monk, Genius of Modern Music, Volume 1, $4.99. Unsane, Amrupt Christmas CD, $17.99. Terror, Lowest of the Low, $7.99. The Dismemberment Plan, Change CD, $6.99. And Disembodied Heretic, $29.99. Combat Wounded Veteran, I Know a Girl Who Develops Crime Scene Photos CD. That went for $6.99 plus shipping. Vision of Disorder, self-titled CD, $7.99 plus shipping. Got an All About Friends compilation CD. That went for $9.99. The Best of Ultimate Soul Christmas CD, $4.99. Negative Approach, Total Recall, $7.99 for that one. 2 Black Flag CDs, $11.99 each. Vinyl, sold another one of these, Excursion Records Backstock 7-inch packs, $11.99 shipping included. Got a Power of 10 Volume 2 7-inch, $2.99 plus shipping on Discogs. That one went with the Stranglers La Folie, I don't know how to pronounce that. This LP, $7.99 plus shipping for the both of them. Another Himsa picture disc, $19.99 shipping included. PIL album, that went for $11.99. And to the same person, Madness, One Step Beyond, that went for $11.99. Another Himsa Courting Tragedy and Disaster picture disc, that went for $24.99 shipping included. And the Beatles Rubber Soul sealed LP. It's got a little bit of corner ding damage. That's the only reason it didn't go for more. That went for $24.99 plus shipping. Got a Henry Rollins and the Hard-Ons 10-inch Let There Be Rock, $14.99. And I sold this Wilson Phillips LP. It's not in spectacular condition, but it's not terrible. 90s vinyl, $29.99 plus shipping on Discogs. Great Grief, Love, Lust, and Greed, $12.99. James Brown's Funky People, $13.99. Tones on Tail, the album Pop, $15.99. The Replacements, Pleased to Meet Me, $22.99. And Ween, Chocolate and Cheese, $59.99. Okay, I think that's everything. The next video will probably be me drawing the winner for that thermal label printer. This thermal label printer. So go to the video before this. I'll link it here. If it's before August 2nd. And get your comment in. And we'll give that away. And we'll work towards the next goal for the next giveaway, which will be 500 subscribers. We can get there, right? All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you. See you next time.